guys. So in this video today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what Dr. George Simon, who wrote the book Wolf in Sheep's Clothing, and he has a podcast called Character Disturbances. He talks about how I'm going to talk a little bit about some of his theories. So he talks about people that are narcissists, psychopaths, or sociopaths are basically people that have a character disturbance, and he differentiates them from neurotics. So neurotics tend to be people that are like overly worried about everything. They have a lot of worry, they have a lot of sort of concern for things that they don't have control over. They tend to, a lot of times carry the weight of the world on their shoulders. They overanalyze themselves. If they make a mistake or if they hurt someone, they neurotically sort of obsess about it, right? Or they can. So that's being more on the neurotic spectrum. And then he says that the people that have a character disturbance, their problem is that they don't worry enough or at all if they hurt anyone. So they're on the other end of the spectrum from sort of neuroses. And in psychology, in like modern psychology, we always look at like almost everyone. We have this paradigm that everyone's the same, or everyone's sort of the same, but people are hurt or ill or neurotic, right? And that they're always acting out of like fear or anxiety. But he says that if they're the character disturbed individuals, they don't have enough neuroses. They don't have enough or any feelings about when they hurt somebody or they do something wrong. Their paradigm for looking at the world is very different than a neurotic's. They don't tend to worry about things they can't control. Really, how they look at it, somebody with a character disturbance, is like their whole deal in life is to win, right? Everything is about winning. Everything is a game to them. So you might have heard about like the psychopath or sociopath smirk. Like you may see that. I've seen it. You may see it when like during the discard phase, when the person is sort of showing, when the mask comes off, and you may see this really weird smirk that's like, I won. It's like a contemptuous, like creepy smirk. And I saw that. You may see it. This may ring true for you, but the thing is about these character disturbed individuals is they're not neurotic enough. Like they don't care about how they hurt other people. They just don't. They just don't have feelings around it. They don't have any emotional empathy around hurting others. Now they do have enough. They have a lot of cognitive empathy. So they, in a way, they've been able to study their victims, so they know how to manipulate their victims using cognitive empathy. So in a way, like they totally understand your emotions. They totally understand what's going to hurt you and what isn't going to hurt you. But they don't emotionally connect with it, so they don't care. In fact, when they're trying to win, they will exploit all of those weaknesses and vulnerabilities that you showed to them in your authenticity. So you'll notice a lot during the discard with a narcissist or a psychopath or a sociopath, like everything that you told them that was your sort of worst fear, or everything that you showed them was something that you were afraid of, they will exquisitely tailor their game of winning to hurt you in those very specific and unique places. And with their next victim, that's going to be different because they will have studied that person. They will have a very deep understanding of cognitive empathy of what is best going to hurt that person. And then they were going to use that same strategy with that person when when it's time for the discard. But this is something that George Simon mentioned. I think it's really, really interesting and something to consider. So one way for you to tell, what your level is of character disturbance, or if you have a character disturbance, ask yourself this simple question. Can I concede that losing in the short term might actually be winning in the long term? Like, if you're divorcing a narcissist, can you concede that losing money and not fighting with them and not going to court, just being like, okay, whatever, it's not fair, it's not right, but I'd rather anything just to walk away from this person, because I know that in the long run, my life is going to be much happier and better and richer without this person, and I'll recoup my losses, because realistically, anything is worth it to get free of this character disturbed individual. So you may lose in the short term because, hey, it's a small price to pay to be free from these psychopaths, right, or sociopaths, whatever they are. So can you concede that losing in the short term might actually be winning in the long term, especially in an emotional world? And the thing is about these character disturbed individuals, they cannot accept that idea that perhaps conceding in the short term means winning in the long run. They have to win. So everything for them is that they must win, and they are ruthless in their goals to win. They'll do anything. They don't care. They absolutely do not weigh emotional costs. They do not care who they hurt, as long as they're winning, right? So everything for them, life, people, all of it, it's just a game. It's a game, and they want to win. These are people that love games. You might even see them, they love puzzles, they love Scrabble, they love, you may see that they're actually really into playing games and winning at games, and they hate to lose, right? So I don't know if this resonates with you, but that's something to sort of ask yourself. Can you conceptualize that losing in the short term might actually be winning in the long term? Because if you are a character disturbed individual, you cannot see that, and you cannot concede. You must win. And for you, winning, there's just you can't look at the long run or like the emotional costs of things. You just have to win, because that's like their whole impetus in life. So I don't know if this makes sense to you, but that's what George Simon talks about. I really suggest listening to his podcast or reading his book. He wrote a book called In Sheep's Clothing, and it is where these people that are highly manipulative, narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, whatever, that come across as darling, sweet, calm, sometimes very introverted, shy, wonderful people, that inside they're ravenous wolves that are out to destroy people. His book is really well written, and it's very thoughtful, and it's very informative. So hope you have a really good day. Bye.